Hi, this is Mega Vergan, and welcome to First Edition D&D Combat. Now, those who know First Edition know that this was from a little while ago, about 30 to 40 years ago, most likely 30. Anyway, here I use the rules from the Player's Handbook as well as Monster Manual and Dungeon Master's Guide. Anyway, I have 5 characters here that I would use for this example, and I also have some monsters that they would fight in this combat example. So, but anyway, I must introduce them first. First, we have Rumusk, the cleric, level 8 cleric. The second one we have left is Rutler, level 8 fighter. I have them all be level 8s. And then after that we have Xena Quebec, the level 8 thief. We have Tyvern, the magic user, also level 8 as well. And last but not least, we have Clavicia, the level 8 ranger. So, details on the characters will not be given in this video, for it is based purely on combat. But anyway, the party, or I should say players, our characters, start out in a corridor. And notice that I decided to use floor tiles and visual miniatures, but you don't have to use them in first edition though. I just chose to use it for this video. But anyway, they start off, they decide their formation. They decide that fighters are usually most likely to be good in front. Normally they would choose the one that has the most hit points, Rutler being a fighter instead of a ranger having 8-sided hit dice. But since Clavicia has 2 swords that she uses, Rutler has only a battle axe, they decided to have Clavicia be first. So as a result, Clavicia would go into front. So they put Clavicia in front, they put Rutler a little bit behind so that he won't get hit. Approximately this good distance. But they figured that if in melee, Clavicia will charge, and giving the others room to attack. So this is the formation. Actually, magic user stays in the middle, being vulnerable to attacks. Now Clavicia has 3 options. She could either go left, right, or straight ahead. But first, as Clavicia attempts to walk, this is where initiative is started, because 3 wolves charge and attack. Now, they heard wolves from the distance, so that means that it is normal initiative. And so I decided to use 2 different colored dice, though it is not necessary at all. It would just differentiate. Blue stands for the characters, red stands for the monsters. It is a 5 versus a 2, so the characters are able to go first. Now I'll assume that they all kind of charge here, giving Clavicia moves and attacks this one, giving Rutler a chance to charge and attack another one. I will have these 2 go first, or we could roll it the classic way. But sometimes for initiative you could either have all players roll or do it in some random other order, maybe clockwise perhaps. But anyway, I'll do Clavicia first. Clavicia needs to hit an AC of 7. She is a level 8 ranger, so Clavicia needs to get she needs an 8. But normally she would need an 8 actually, but due to her +2, due to one of her swords being a +2, she'd need a 6 for one and 8 on the other. A 19. She gets a hit with the one that needed an 8 and 6. The one that needed a 6, 2 hits. One was barely a hit. So, and this is a short sword, so each do 1 to 6 points of damage, I'd say, for this time. Okay, first dice got 6, second dice got 7. The wolf is now the wolf started from 12 hit points, now down to 5. And meanwhile, we'll do the wolf's attack, and meanwhile, we'll do Rutler's attack. And like this is all taking place in battle, so but anyway, Rutler gets to have 2 attacks this round and then 1 attack the next round. He swings his great axe, which he would normally need to get an 8 as well, but this time he swings his battle axe. Normally he needs an 8, but due to strength bonus he needs a 6. Hit and a hit. One of the hits was a critical hit, which means that I would roll for the first hit. First hit, he causes 6 points of damage. Wolf is down to 6 hit points, as well as a critical hit, which also requires 8 plus 3 due to his strength of 18 times 73, so that wolf is dead. Now, the others get their attack at this point, as Tyvern uses his attack to shoot out a magic missile spell. And now with magic missiles, there is no saving throw. Normally, when wizards cast magic spells, there's a saving throw, but this time, for this specific spell, there is none. Instead, since Tyvern is a level 8, he causes 8 to 20 points of damage with his magic missiles, using it all on 1. He causes 9 points of damage, unfortunately. The last, third wolf is down to 3 hit points, giving room for the cleric has his hammer. The cleric is able to charges that last wolf, as well as Xena Quaberg going for the other wolf, making an attempt to go past. As the cleric runs, and as Xena gets there, I'll do Xena first. Xena, being a thief, would normally, or actually no, not normally, but truly, Xena to hit AC 7 needs a 9. 5. That would be a miss. So she swings with her short sword but misses. The cleric, on the other hand, Rumusk, needs to hit an AC of 7. He needs a 9 as well. 4. That is also a miss. The 2 remaining wolves have their attack left, and I'll say that these wolves both attack. One of them automatically attacks Rumusk, since Rumusk is attacking it. The one against Rumusks needs to hit an AC of 0. The monster has 2 hit dice, so it needs a 16, 12. That is a miss. So it kind of misses. Tried to bite but missed. The second wolf goes against Clavicia. Stays true to its enemy, and to hit an AC of 2, it needs to get a 14. 13. Barely a miss. Now we would roll once more for the next round of who goes first. This time the heroes get to go first again. Tyvern decides to save his spells. He had his spell prepared for the last time, but this time he decides to save it, knowing that there's not much he can do. The wolves are still almost dead. So Tyvern decides he wants to sit back and relax, possibly. Rutler as well. But Rutler knows he would like to, but instead he decides to use up his round to get to this wolf, leaving a chance for Rumusk to get an extra attack on his wolf that he is attacking. Needs a 9. 14, that is a hit, and his hammer does 2 to 5 points of damage. 4, the wolf was at 3 hit points, so that kills that wolf, and Rutler got there too late. Now I roll to see if the thief or the ranger goes first. The ranger is able to go first. She just uses one of her swords to stab at it, because if she would use 2 swords, she might accidentally hit Xena Quaberg. So for this attack, she uses the one that has a better to hit probably. 20, that is a critical hit. That one is dead. Now they search for the wolves, and each wolf they find 5 gold pieces each. And then they decide that they want to continue to go forward. So, and as they go forward, they come across a door. They decide that they want to open the door, so they just regularly open this door. Inside the door is a gargoyle facing the other direction. Knowing this is a possibility, facing the other direction, the thief, Xena Quaberg, tries to backstab it for quadruple damage. First we have to see her chances for moving silently. For a backstab, for the backstabbing process to work, I just have to look in the player's handbook. And so, Xena needs to move silently. She has a 62% chance of that successing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the 20-sided dice twice, and I'm going to want to have low numbers, 62 or lower. 44. It is successful. She's able to move silently and has a +4 to hit. Normally she would need a 9. Now she needs a 5. She got a 9. That is definitely a hit. She causes quadruple damage. Normally a short sword would do 1 to 6. Now it does 4 plus 4, 8. 1 plus 4 is 5. 8 plus 5 is 13. She causes 13 points of damage. The gargoyle started off at 30 and is now pretty damaged. The gargoyle now resides at about, well, I'd say 17. Yeah, 17 hit points left. The gargoyle turns around, but I'd say this is surprised doesn't say this, but I'd say this should probably work. Now that the gargoyle is surprised, the party should be able to get a free attack. But I'll stick to the rules and roll to see if the gargoyle is surprised. 3. That means gargoyle is not surprised and is normal initiative. So right now it's Xena versus the gargoyle. I'll roll for initiative. It's double 2, so I have to roll again. 2 and a 4. So this time the monster attacks first. And the monster is furious with Xena. So the monster uses all 4 attacks on her that it has. And so I'll do the AC to hit AC 8. The monster needs to hit AC 8. And a 4-hit dice monster, it needs a 7. Hit, miss, miss. So 2 hits, and both those hits were the 1 to 3 points of damage. So that is 3 plus 1. So that is 4 points of damage to Xena. Xena is now down to 32 hit points. Start off from 36. And now what Xena tries to do is Xena tries to she tries to just kind of stab it, kind of turns this way, making room for Rutler to charge at it. She makes an attempt to stab. She needs to hit an AC of 5. She needs a 11. 15 as a hit. Okay, and so that would do 1 to 6 points of damage. Only 1 point of damage to the gargoyle. Gargoyle is now down to 16 hit points. Rutler charges. See how many attacks he would get. Now, I'd say Rutler is able to charge, and does he get 1 or 2? He only gets 1 attack this round, so as he charges at the gargoyle, he makes an attempt to hit an AC of 5. And Rutler needs to hit this armor class. He needs a... let's see. He needs a 9. 14 as a hit. Now I roll for the damage done. 6 points of damage plus 3 due to his strength. And so since he did that, that means that it is 6 plus 3, 9 minus 9, 16 minus 9, 7 hit points left for the gargoyle. The others would like to continue fighting, but don't know if they could. There is a door, or not a door, there is a secret way to go here more, and so Tyvern takes the shortcut since he is just right here. The others, it will take them a short round to do that. Tyvern figures that they pretty much have it all covered, but Tyvern wants to fight anyway. Tyvern only being good at, Tyvern not very good at fighting, needing to hit an AC 5, he needs a 14. But he has a +1 dagger, so he needs a 13. 2, that is a miss. So Tyvern charged. Now the cleric and the ranger have their possible attacks. They are going to use 1 round to get over here. Now we roll again for initiative. The heroes are able to go first. I'll say that the thief, Xena, can go first. She makes an attempt to stab. Needing to hit AC 5, she needs an 11, but has a +1 swords but does not get it. She would normally gain 11, but 10, but that is a miss. Who's next? Rutler is next. Rutler has 2 attacks this round. He needs a 7 due to his strength. 18 and 11. 2 hits. 6 plus 3 is 9, and a 5 plus 3 would be 8. 9 plus 8, total of 17. Basically murders the gargoyle. All of them are dead. They search the gargoyle but do not find any treasure. They see coffins. And now, searching the coffins, they have figured out that it is locked. So they want to have the thief try to pick the lock. And to open the lock, level 8 thief, Zenith has a 57% chance. 5, 7. That is a miss. She is unable to pick that lock. There is another chest that she tries and makes an attempt to pick. 4, 2. She is able to pick that lock, and she finds 200 gold pieces in there. And suddenly, Rumusk then goes to Xena, knowing she was the only one who was hurt. He uses a Cure Light Wound spell on her, and she regains +3, only took 4, so she's now up to 35 hit points. Now that is a classic example of combat in 1st edition Dungeons & Dragons. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'm Megavergan.